Right, 5 lever Morgan. Homemade tools, apart from the Chris Belcher handle. Ah, there we go. And she's open. Right, now it's all thanks to Nessie. Eh? Right, so I've got working keys with this lock. This is a 5 lever British Standard Morgan. I would say it's a very, very good lock actually. It's a little bit. There's a few aspects of it that are a bit tacky. I mean, it's not the bestly made lock, but it's a bit like the ICL. You know, it's a real pain to pick, but at the same time, you look at it and you think it's a bit made cheaply. But there's just a few things about it that are really annoying. So there's the 5 levers of the Morgan. It's the first lift is low and the rest are high. I'm just going to compare it to another lock. Just down here. So this is the British Standard Union. So as you can see, they're pretty similar. Obviously the latch part is quite a bit different, but look at the bolt. It's very similar. It's steel, whereas the BS Union is brass. The curtain spring is pretty much the same. The curtain is very similar. If you look on the Union, there's a bit of a, there we go, it's flattened there, whereas it's not on this one. The main difference is the gauge. This is 7 gauge, although I say it's 7 gauge because the 7 gauge key will fit in. There we go, 7 gauge. So if you were using these sort of keys on the doorway to help identify, it will say it's 7 gauge. However, this is the 7 gauge technical entry, which is designed for the era locks basically. Won't fit in, so you wouldn't be able to use that. I made this to pick it with, and it fits in. I'll show you that in a bit actually. It wasn't good enough, however. Right, so I'll just take one of the levers off here. This is a number 4. So I'm just going to compare that to a number 4 on the Union there. Look at first glance, it looks very similar. Well, it is very similar. The main difference is it's basically bigger at the bottom. Okay. This is a number 3. I haven't got a number 3 ready. Now these are different. This is a number. Is this a number 1? Right, that's a number 1. And here's a number 1 here. Quite a bit different. So they're not identical. I thought they were identical at a glance, the levers, but they are a little bit different. Probably just about different enough so that they wouldn't get told off. At the top of the lever here, you can see that the hole for the where the bolt stump sits is a bit higher than on the Union one. Now this causes quite a bit of trouble. Right, so basically what I've got in here is a number 1. This bottom one is the number 1 of the Morgan, and this is number 1 of the British Standard Union. As you can see, they physically fit in quite nicely. In fact, I don't see why not. You couldn't just put these levers in and pick the lock like that if you really wanted to, but you'll see that the number one needs to be lifted quite a bit higher. But the problem is how close it is to the curtain. It's not enough of a gap for the curtain to go under. So when you start picking the lock, you have to get the pick wire underneath the back lever, or the first lever, or any lever really, and then you've got a corkscrew to get onto the next one, because all of the high lifts are right low like that, but the low lift, I've got one low lift which is number 3. It's around here somewhere. Oh no, it's number 4, sorry. So this is the low lift. This is a Morgan lever. That doesn't rest on the curtain. Which is a bit weird. Normally it's the other way around. But anyway, so because this has got a lot of high lifts, it was all 4 high. It was such a hard lock to pick. One, I couldn't get a curtain, so I made this, as I mentioned earlier, right, to go in here. This is out of an old curtain pick I had. Fits in nice, but there just wasn't enough room to get the wire in. So using just a wire like this, obviously you're giving yourself a lot more room to get your wire in. But still, I got a corkscrew on all the back levers to set them, to lift them. So that's basically why it's been such a pain. So I'd say it was a very good lock, but the simplest methods are the best. I mean, you just use a simple wire. That could have just been piano wire, by the way. I mean, but it just so happens that I've used a Gosso tension wrench because I realised it was the right sort of shape and size and everything. So why not? I don't use that Gosso tension wrench for any, you know, cylinders. So there you go. It's a good old pick. So I've just put it on the handle, as I showed you in another video, and a pick. You know, that's all you need. That's all you need for any curtain lock.